Hello, my loves, and welcome to another live. It's been a while, you guys. I haven't been coming live here for a very long time, but today I felt like I had something to share, so here I am. I want to talk about productivity today and how sometimes, especially nowadays, we are so used to watching videos and reading books and listening to podcasts and doing all these things where we are consuming information. But we get into these loops of consuming information makes us feel that we are already making some progress. But when we actually keep doing it and keep doing it and keep doing it, it gets to a point where we're consuming more information because we are actually terrified of taking action. You don't need to read more books. You don't need to listen to more podcasts. You don't need to watch more videos. You actually need to take action on what you have already learned. And by you watching more videos and listening to more podcasts and reading more books, you're just distracting yourself and delaying the action that you know you need to take. And so it's like when scrolling on social media, we get these dopamine hits of oh yeah, I feel good. Oh yeah, I feel good. Oh yeah, I feel good. And we just keep scrolling mindlessly. It's similar to when we are consuming videos and informations and podcasts and books and stuff like that without applying it. This means that the knowledge that we have is in our minds but is not embodied in us. It's not embodied in our bodies. Otherwise, we would be taking action on it. So watching more books and listening to more videos is not actually moving your life forward if you don't apply what you have learned. And so instead of watching more videos and reading more books, maybe you can stop and get a little bit uncomfortable and start taking action on what you have just learned. Sometimes we have a wrong notion of what it is to learn, because when we know something, it is only in our minds. We don't actually know it. And this is something that I've witnessed in myself throughout the years, is that knowledge that stays in our mind becomes disembodied because we're not taking action on it. And if it's just in your mind, it's just a potentiality that is not actualized through your action. So for us to actualize our potential and bring our knowledge and information in our minds into our day-to-day lives, we need to apply it. So my invitation for you today is, instead of watching another video, instead of reading another book, maybe just apply something that you have already learned. And this is where it gets tricky. Because it's much more comfortable to keep reading books and watching videos and listening to podcasts than actually applying the knowledge. It's much easier to learn about how good it is for you to move your body and exercise and do all these things than to actually move your body and actually exercise. And so many of us get lost and stuck into watching videos about how going to the gym or dancing or doing this or doing that is good for you, but you're not actually doing it. So nothing changes in your life. Actually, what changes is that your frustration grows bigger and bigger because you know consciously that you're not living up to your potential, because you have consumed and gathered all this information in your heads. But because you're not applying it, you feel that frustration and you feel that distance between who you are being and the knowledge that you have about who you could become and who you could already be. So it's uncomfortable, but it's also easier. Of course, it's much more difficult, but it's also easier because instead of consuming more information, you don't actually need to consume more information. You just need to take action on what you already know. Yes, okay, let me read that. So you're suggesting to action rather than only knowledge. knowledge is safe and action doesn't seem safe. How to feel safe to take action? Okay, thank you for asking that. I love that. Okay, you guys. So, we only feel safe to take action when our comfort zone starts to become uncomfortable. So it's very comfortable to watch more videos and listen to more podcasts and read books because you're sitting there super comfortable and just consuming information, and it's giving you a sense of achievement and progress. So you're comfortable, you're there, you're sitting, you're listening and reading. That feels comfortable. But at some point, you start to understand that comfort zone, instead of being comfortable, starts becoming uncomfortable, because once the potential you have for your life, of all the information you gathered and all the things you desire in your life, and the distance between that and who you are being right now starts to get uncomfortable, that's when you start taking action. Because until then, you just consume more information and you have this sense of achievement and progress that is not actually happening because you're not doing anything differently. So, can you imagine having a whole library of information in your mind, which becomes potentiality, but then never applying it? You know what starts happening? You start feeling frustrated. You start feeling that there is something missing. So you go ahead and you read more books and you watch more videos and you listen to more podcasts. And then it gets to a point where you're like, wait, maybe I don't need to consume more information. Maybe the only thing I need to do is to apply it. What do you think would be best for you to watch 1,000 videos about going to the gym, or actually going to the gym? You know what I'm saying? So a lot of us don't take action and keep consuming more information because we don't actually feel safe in our bodies and in our nervous system to take action. And I get that because I've been there. And it's a journey and a process. And it's not even something that just disappears and now you're safe and everything you do you feel safe and you're always going. No, it's literally a journey. You learn how to face the discomfort and still take action. You learn how to decide to feel ready even when it doesn't feel comfortable in your body and in your nervous system. For example, I could have all this information in my mind and also not apply it and not show up and share this with you. But I chose to come here and share it. And feeling safe is not something that... This is the tricky part. And you guys, this is why it's so important for me to help people with their nervous system and with feeling safe in their bodies. Because feeling safe is not in your body is not something that you necessarily wait for. It's something that you learn to cultivate. It's the same with being ready. So many of us are waiting to feel ready. But it gets to a point where we realize that being ready is not something that you wait for necessarily. It's something that you get to decide that you are ready. Sometimes we wait to feel ready because we are waiting to feel safe, and we are ready to feel comfortable, and we are ready to feel confident. But the truth is, we get to create environments and cultivate the space, the inner space within ourselves, to train our nervous system and our bodies and our mind and our emotions to feel safe. We don't need to wait to feel ready. We get to have the power to decide that we are ready now, even when it feels uncomfortable. Yes, thank you, brother, for asking that and for commenting that. Yes, reclaiming safety and sovereignty. Yes, we are always ready, exactly. We are always ready. Being ready doesn't mean that you feel safe and comfortable. Being ready, that means that whatever you're feeling, you decide to hold yourself through it and to go ahead and do the thing. Sometimes we really mimic emotions instead of feeling it. This is one of the reasons. Wait, let me read that. We can feel action more than knowledge because mostly we won't put hearts into knowledge. Okay. So of course we can let's talk about this. Let's talk about emotions and emotional mastery. There can also be this misconception that if I don't feel ready, then I must not be ready. But I also get to reframe the meaning that I'm giving to something and decide that I'm actually ready. And being ready doesn't have to mean that I feel comfortable and confident and ready. It means that I choose to hold myself through the discomfort and take action. This doesn't mean that I'm dishonoring my emotions. It means that I feel them, I master them, I reframe what I believe about them, and I take action. So let me keep reading. I want to know about astral projection. Okay, sorry, but we're not talking about astral projection today. We're talking about something completely different. This is something so important that sometimes we fail to understand. Because the people you're reading books about, the people you're watching videos about, the people you're listening podcasts of, we assume that those people have always felt confident and ready, but maybe they were just willing to face the discomfort and still show up and still take action. Radical authenticity within faith. Oh, I love that. Radical authenticity within faith. Yes. You also get to show up and share that you're nervous. You also get to show up and be vulnerable. And you also get to show up, and I want to bring faith into the conversation, by the way, right now. Because sometimes we are waiting on the universe, waiting on life to bring us the readiness, to bring us the confidence, when life and the universe is actually waiting on us. Because we get to decide that we are ready. And we get to decide that it is our time, and we get to decide that we are confident. And we get to face the discomfort and be courageous. It's not always easy, because if it was easy, everyone would be doing it. But we get to hold ourselves through the discomfort, but we are only able to hold ourselves through the discomfort when our comfort zone, which was so familiar at first, now starts to become restricting. And you know what helps me, you guys? This is like a trick that I use for myself in my own life when I am noticing that I am delaying or postponing because I am afraid or whatever. And this is like something very unique to me that it's like almost like a secret that I use that really helps me. I'm going to share it with you today. And I'm being so honest and real right now, as always, but for real. Sometimes the only thing that helps me is when I remember that life goes on so fast. And would I rather wait and keep waiting and be comfortable and never face my fears? Or would I rather face the discomfort and be alive? Because being alive also means facing the discomforts. Being alive is messing up and trying again and getting better and figuring things out and messing up and, feeling the discomfort and doing the things anyway. Because a few years from now, what will matter the most? I ask myself. Will it matter the most that I didn't take action and I stayed hidden and constricted? Or would it matter that I showed up, I was uncomfortable AF, but I still did it? And throughout the time, I get more comfortable with it. What will be worth it a few years from now? Will it be more worth it to stay comfortable and hidden and safe? Or will it be more worth it to redefine what safety gets to mean to me and feel more alive than ever because I'm facing fear, I'm facing discomfort, but I'm actually doing something instead of just thinking about it, instead of just dreaming about it, instead of just wondering what would be? So this is something that really helps me personally, is thinking that life goes by so fast and that when I die, no one will care and nothing will matter. And it's like, how much do I actually want to live? We are here to feel alive, and to feel alive doesn't necessarily mean that we feel comfortable all the time. It means that we are alive. We feel the emotions, we feel the discomfort, we feel the fear, and we feel the courage to take action, and we face the fears, and we have the bravery to show up again and again and again, more and more and more. So what helps me personally, honestly, is thinking about what's the word, you guys? Meaning that life goes by so fast. I forgot the word, but it's okay. Like, just thinking about how fast life goes by and how much I want to actually live. And it's okay to be uncomfortable. It's okay to be afraid. It's okay to not feel ready. It's okay to be cringy. It's okay to mess up. It's okay to try something else. It's okay to get better. But we only get better when we begin. And most people don't even begin because they are waiting to feel ready. And they are waiting for the fear to go away. But maybe the fear will never go away. And what will you choose? To live your whole life until you die, waiting for the fear to go away and waiting for you to feel ready? Or to decide right here, right now, that I'm ready to face that fear and I'm ready to take action. Okay, let me read that. I am facing two extremes in the same way. Working at a job I dislike and going to dance free and relax when I'm on my time. It's like a wave. I want to release the things holding me down. Oh, thank you for sharing that. That's so beautiful. You know, there's a lot of conversation online about, there's a lot of duality and polarity about this subject, which is, oh, just leave your 9 to 5 and you're here to follow your dreams and do what makes you feel good and happy and let go of anything else. But there is this balance. So thank you for bringing that in. There is this balance and there is this dance between the two. There is a dance between following our dreams and doing what makes us happy, but also sometimes it's important or necessary for us to do things we don't really like that much because they support us in certain ways in that moment. So there is like no judgment or there's not a right or wrong way to do it. There are so many people saying, quit your job and follow your dreams. And there are people saying, don't follow your dreams, just be responsible and work a job and whatever. But again, it's your life. What do you want to do? And sometimes for us to do what we want to do, we also have to do things we don't really want to do. And that's the paradox of this dance. That only you get to decide what you want to do and what that requires of you. Sometimes for us to support our dreams, we need to also do something that is not our preference. But is again, what do we value and what do we choose? So you guys, thank you so much for sharing. And I guess that's what I wanted to bring to you today. If you enjoyed this live and you would like for me to come live more often, let me know and comment in this video when I post it, so I know that you enjoy this and I can show up more. Thank you so much for your message. When you speak from this space, you help me a lot. Oh, thank you so much, dear. Thank you and bless you. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. So you guys, we only come out of our comfort zones when our comfort zones start to become uncomfortable. And you get to decide, because it's your own life, and you get to decide if you want to stay comfortable or if you want to feel alive. And you guys, if you liked what I shared on this live, when I post it, comment below with free, so you can sign up for my free 3-day challenge where I go much deeper into all of this. So if you like this conversation and you want more of it, I'm doing a free 3-day challenge where I talk about these things, and I also bring you to somatic practices for you to reframe and give a different meaning to certain things, like for example feeling ready and deciding to be ready. So I help you, like I talk about it, but I also help you somatically move through that discomfort and reframing that within your body and your nervous system. So if you'd like more of this, then comment down below on free, and I will register you for the free 3-day challenge. So you guys, thank you so much for showing up, and thank you for being here, and I hope this was of service to you, and bless you, and I will see you next time.